Okay, ninth grade students, this is part 2 of the career research project. So the part 1 video talked about these 5 tabs right here. Now we got the last 5 tabs, okay? The earnings and benefits is probably the hardest tab to complete, but it's not too bad. So it says here create a table that displays the projected earnings for your career. So what I did down here for a teacher is I went and I opened up Google here, okay? And I search teacher salary scales, and then if you go to images, there's a lot of different salary pay scales, and I had to click and search on some of them to try to find one that really represented it well, you know, for my picture. So I could see, okay, here's year 1, level 1, you know, what you're going to be making if you have a bachelor's, you know, what you're going to be making if you have a master's, PhD, so how much you're going to make. So I actually put 2 charts in here, you know. One has that same thing, you know. Here's year 1, a bachelor's plus 15 credits, a master's, you know, or a bachelor's plus 38 credits, and all the different, you know, how long you've been there, 10 years, and you got a master's, you're going to get 70,898. You know, here's kind of just a more general one: beginning teacher, senior teacher, experienced senior teacher. This is a more heavy state here, so they make a lot of money, principals, things like that. Okay? Then list the factors that influence your earnings for your career. Well, for a teacher, the more education you have, the higher your place on the pay scale. Each year you teach, you move up the pay scale, and you get a pay raise. Also, more certifications. You know, if you're certified to teach as an AVID teacher or a career and technical education teacher, that helps. What are the benefits? I listed 5 different benefits down here. I use bullet points because that's the best way to list things. Get 8 to 10 weeks summer break from work and you still get paid for it. I should add that right here. And still get paid for it. You get a teaching pension when you retire, so it's like getting paid for life with your Social Security benefits. You can work in the summer to make additional money. You're directly affecting the next generation through education. You can create and change your class structure if you teach elective classes like business. So that's kind of how you answer that one. Then you go up here to more and working conditions. So you want to summarize some of the working conditions. You have here, you have the location here. So I'd like to teach in central to northern Minnesota. I feel that small town schools give you a chance to learn about your students as well as smaller class sizes. You know, I like those kind of locations, you know. You can also build new and innovative classes, so I talk about that. My work days and hours. Well, the schedule is usually Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You get 1 hour a day to prepare for your classes each day, and you usually get a 25-minute lunch break. You start usually the 3rd week of August, and you go until June 1st. Some of the stressors and challenges. Probably the largest challenge is trying to motivate students that are not motivated about school. They slip through the cracks and you want to badly help them so they are successful in life and don't have to learn the hard way about, you know, things. Taking more work home and working on things at night so you can be stressful as well. So because you got to have a good lesson plan. Also on the working conditions tab, this is where you go over here and you click on your Google Drive. And then you go into your drive and you find wherever your resume is and your cover letter. You're going to attach both of these here. You will lose points if you don't attach them. Okay, so finish this page before you move on to the next one. The employment outlook. Now some of this data here, it said wages and employment outlook, it should have been on this site, but it might have been on your working conditions site. So just cut it, you know, highlight something. Right click and cut, and then you can come back over here and you can paste it. This information you get right off of the MCIS website. It's directly out of MCIS, all about being a teacher here, okay? So that's pretty easy. Personal qualities. So I actually wrote this headline right here. Some of the personal qualities you need to be a high school teacher are. And I wrote down what I learned from my interview with Mrs. Taylor, what I learned from MCIS, and researching on other websites. Okay? So these are all the personal qualities that I thought were important to be a teacher. So that's how you finish the personal qualities section. And then you go to the final section, which is additional careers. So if you look here at this page for additional careers, you can see I put 4 down. I found 4. You should at least have 2 to 5, okay? At least get 2 minimum, alright? So one I put down was investigator. I'd like to work for law enforcement because I feel it would be interesting to investigate crimes in an area and to learn about solving crimes. Period. College professor. I think being a college professor would also be great because you are working with students that want to be in school by choice and not just because they have to be there. A professional football player. I think it would be so fun to be the field goal kicker for a professional football team. You get to play sports and make a lot of money. You also have the pressure to make game-winning kicks, and that would be pretty cool. And finally, U.S. Air Force. Serving full-time in the Air Force for 20 to 30 years as an officer would be great because you could move around the world every 3 to 5 years and work with so many different people. You could also retire at the age of 38 to 48, depending on how long you stay, and just enjoy life. Plus, you get to serve your country. And so I put down pictures for 3 out of 4. Here's an investigator, here's a field goal kicker, and here's the Air Force. Add some pictures to this. Now, if you get done with this, keep in mind this is a 100-point career site research project. Each of these pages, and there's 10 of them, is worth 10 points. So you need to go through everything and you need to say, hey, do I have enough information? Is this bold and this not? Okay, that's how you're supposed to do this. It needs to look nice. Like this right here, this page is 10 out of 10. Okay, so is this page. It's got the information. Everything's bolded and put together nicely. The career research part, there's a lot of information. Everything's spelled correctly, okay? You got to go through each of these pages. There's a picture down here. It tells you to attach an image of the career, and I did. Okay, you got to do what it says in this project, alright? And you will be successful. You know, so look through everything. Make sure it looks decent. This isn't a lot here, so I have everything spelt and in a nice bullet list. That way I can get 10 out of 10. Go through every last aspect of this project. And when you're finally done, click on publish, okay? And you can publish your career site, alright? And it takes a minute to get it to publish here, okay? Then what you can do once you publish it is you go right up here and you can copy published site and you can copy the link. So that way you can go into your Google Classroom. Alright, and if you can click on Careers class, you guys will click on Open over here, and then you'll do Add and Link. And you can paste the link in there, and then you can turn it in. It's worth 100 points, so make sure it's done well. Good luck.